All right, we're here in my office space, so I'm going to show you a pretty simple strength routine to hit those strength recommendations. So the first exercise we're going to do is the squat. So the squat, we're focusing on the quadriceps and the hamstrings and the glute muscles. So those are all really important in being able to stand up, get out of bed, or to be able to get out of a tub or shower. And so when we do the squat, we're going to keep the feet about shoulder width apart. And then we're going to go down and then come up. Your arms can be in front of you or behind your head. It doesn't really matter. And so when we're coming down, we're really trying to get as low as we can or to about a 90-degree angle and then coming up. Another thing you can think about is it's like trying to sit down and just touch your butt on the chair and then come up. A couple other things to note is that we don't want our knees coming in, so we want to really focus on keeping those knees straight, and we don't want those knees coming over our toes. And so we're really trying to think like we're sitting back. Another thing to focus on is we don't want our heels to come off the ground. And so if we notice that, that might be a mobility issue. So just work on that over time, trying to get as low as you can without those heels coming off the ground, and then just keep working until you can get into a lower position. So remember, we're going to do those squats 8 to 12 times. We'll take a little rest, and then we'll do 8 to 12 more squats. So we have the 2 sets of 8 to 12 reps. For the next exercise, we're going to do calf raisers. So our focus here is we're focusing on the lower leg. We're trying to turn those calves into cows. But we are working on that lower leg strength. And so those help prevent falls. They can also help with our mobility later in life, including walking around, playing with the kids, whatever. The best way to do calf raisers is really take your shoes off. You can leave them on if you want, but you get a little bit more mobility, a little bit more of a challenge without the shoes on. And so you might want to find something to put your hand on or rest on, but really all you're trying to do is we're taking the heels off the ground, we're going down. Going up, coming down. And so again, the feet are about shoulder width apart or a little bit closer, and then we're really just focusing on coming straight up and straight down. And so we're not doing anything fancy, we're just really coming straight up, straight down. And so again, with the calf raisers, we're going to do 8 to 12 reps, take a break, and then do 8 to 12 reps again. Our next exercise is going to be the push-up. And here we're focusing on the upper body, so mainly the chest, but we're also getting those triceps in, so we're going to help with the lifting and pushing activities that we might be doing. The push-up is just your standard push-up, coming down on the floor. We're going to keep the hands about shoulder width apart. You can play with that a little bit. Some people like them a little bit closer, some like them further away. And so we're going to pick the legs up. We're going to come down until there's just a little bit of space between the chin and the floor. You can go down a little bit lower if you want. Then push up. So again, we're just coming down, hover right above the ground, push up. So a couple things you want to notice is you want to have a straight back, and you want a nice controlled motion. And so when you see one rep, kind of pause at the top, go down, come up. Is you can do knee push-ups. So you can put your legs back, you can either cross them, or if it's more comfortable, you can try to keep them straight. But either way, we're going to be on our knees, and then you're just going to kind of come forward, throw your weight forward. And then once you're in this position, it's the same thing. Go down, push up, push up. So now just remember that we're trying to do 8 to 12 reps, and we're going to do 2 sets. And so we're going to do 8 reps, take a break, and then do 8 more reps. All right, our next exercise is alternating limbs. And so this is going to be working on those back muscles. And so our goal is try to reduce lower back pain, and maybe it can even help with shoulder pain as we're working some of those upper back muscles that help the shoulder movement. And so what we're going to do is we're going to lay down. You might want some padding on the floor. I'm using a pair of sweatpants, so it doesn't have to be too fancy. Sweatpants help a lot. And we're going to stretch all out. And then once we're laid out here, you're going to pick your right arm and your left leg about 6 inches off the ground. Hold for a sec, and then go down. So come up, down, up, down. You want to make sure that you don't strain your back, and so especially first starting, make sure that you're not picking up really crazy high. It puts a lot of stress on the back. As you progress, you might find that going only 6 inches isn't enough of a challenge and you will want to go up higher, but just starting, make sure you stay a little bit more conservative on this one. So you want to remember that you want to do that about 8 to 12 times, take a break, and then to go 8 to 12 times again. Our next exercise we're going to do is the plank. And so the plank, we're focusing on our ab muscles and our core area. So this is a great exercise to help, again, reduce that back pain. It also helps you with everyday movements because really this is the belt that holds your posture together during the day. All right, so we're going to put our elbows down, our feet out, and then we're going to tighten our abs to hold our back straight. So you want to be nice and straight here. You might find it helpful to focus on squeezing your glutes to help hold you up. And that's a good option. Just make sure you don't forget to tighten your abs as well. So hold this to 10 to 20 seconds depending on your ability, and then drop down and rest. So we're not doing 8 to 12 reps of these. It's good to do about 2 or 3 holds. So we want about a minute or 2. Our last exercise is going to be the curl. So the curl, we're working those biceps. We're really getting those guns ready to go. Practically, they're good for carrying, especially groceries and lifting things. And so the curl is best done with some sort of resistance. And if we're really in a pinch, the easiest way is just use your other arm as resistance. And so you can see with my right arm's going to be curling, this arm's going to be pushing down. It's not my favorite, but it gets the job done. So we're pushing against the wrist. We can do that. Other options for resistance, you can use like a lunch pail. Same thing, coming up, down. We could also use water jug, especially if you got a big water jug. They're really nice and heavy. So the same thing, we get good resistance. We could also use backpack. Of course, we can always add resistance by adding books in there, or rocks, or groceries. Grocery bags also work. No matter what you use for resistance, it's the same thing. So we're trying to keep that upper arm straight, and then we're just coming up, going down. Again, we're shooting 8 to 12 reps. Take a rest and do 8 to 12 reps again. So same thing, this upper arm is staying pretty straight, and then we're just bringing up this lower arm. So just like we're flexing, but we're pulling things up. So all those are options for the curls. Use whatever is easiest for you. That's the end of our routine. So again, a couple key points is we're trying to get 8 to 12 reps on each muscle group with 2 sets. And so we're thinking we're doing 8 to 12 reps, taking a rest, and then doing it again. All right, nice job today. I'll see you next time.